Hello and welcome. Good evening and hello from wherever you are. This is Singapore and it is Vampire the Masquerade, Singapore by night. Or as we like to call it here, Singapore. If you didn't quite understand that, or if the tones seem alien and strange to you, that's all right. It's okay. Maybe in a year's time, you'll be free to travel to this part of the world and understand and experience for yourself the wonderful flat tones of Singlish. Having said that, welcome to this game of vampires set in the normally sunny island of Singapore, but actually, because it's nighttime, hey, things are going to get really exciting. It is session number 3. We're naming it, even though it's the 4th session, it is session 3. Right? Yes, that's how we keep count. Anyway, so that we're all on track, we rely on the one person who always knows what's going on, our resident historian, archivist, and lore master, Sheena Chan.
Hello. All right. So, welcome to session 3. In session 2, what happened? We had 2 weeks downtime between session 2 and session 1, and during the downtime, Moon discovered that we are actually allowed to go online because of an agreement between the Ventru, the Toreador, and the Banu Hakim. She learned some new social media stuff and then changed the WhatsApp name of the group to Radin Mask. Tariq trained and prepped himself to fight other kindred and got permission from the prince to make some ghouls. How many? I don't know. I think it's 3, but I'm not sure. Anyway, he also helped Moon to secure a new social media identity so that she can be safely online without attracting unwanted attention. Yes, and also bought a security company. Chantel decided to start herself an NFT called Tutu Hippos with Theodore, who is her contact, a human contact, and also Tariq, and then started research on a new haven because she just wanted to get away from Raffles. Yes, and the coterie established our domain near Bras Basah. So, the talk of the town, after this 2 weeks was over, is the sighting of an orang minyak in Labrador Park. People have been going there, trying to spot this person. The kind have been posting sightings on various social media, and we decided that maybe we should go take a look because Labrador Park was one of the areas that the Sabat had attacked, and technically they were taken care of, but who knows, right? So, we went over to the park and searched around the place, went into some tunnels, attracted the attention of random kind just wandering the area like a family and a group of teenage boys. We managed to get rid of them with the threat of a social distancing ambassador supposedly lurking somewhere in the park, and they decided to go away. We went over to the jetty and I noticed that there were some fishermen there. We spoke with them and then they said that, we've never seen this orang minyak. That said, we then noticed some oil on the beach. And oil on the beach, sadly, is a bit of a common sight here in Singapore because we've got a lot of ships in the area. So sometimes it washes up on our beaches and it's not the most pleasant place. Yeah. Anyway, we noticed the oil and then after that we went over to the tree line, took a look around, and then we started noticing that there were oil marks on the trees. We followed the oil marks and eventually Moon heard the crunching of gravel and then ran forward with rapid reflexes and caught the guy. And the guy in question was this very strange looking man. He looked like his skin was rotting off and he had half a rat in his mouth that he was eating. Yeah, not very pleasant. We talked to him and found out that his name is Zul. And it turns out that he is from Batam and he used to be a driver there. And then he was hired for a job by a man named Rico, who wears sunglasses even at night and drives a Mercedes and forced them to basically dig a hole at gunpoint. After that, he doesn't quite remember what happened, but he remembers being in the hole, being buried, having to dig himself out, and then being forced to walk through the water, like on the seabed sort of thing, all the way to Singapore by some monster with wings and a bat-like face. So after hearing the story, Tariq decided that the right way to deal with him was to stake him and bring him to the sheriff. Moon was very opposed to that. Chantel was, a bit more neutral because she figures that this person is not going to be able to survive anyway. But Anyway, we then after that went over to see the sheriff and Geylang, where the Banu Hakim has a shop house. Moon bought a bag of frogs and some biryani and was hoping to feed it to Zul. At the shop house, we met this person named Uncle Hamid, who was apparently a skilled artisan who's also teaching Tariq how to use the forge that's inside the shop house to make weapons, we think? We're not too sure. And then Moon explained the plight of Zul to Twa, who was our sheriff, in the hope that, we could save his life, perhaps. Twa listened to the story, and the one thing he did pick up on was the fact that Rico is the name of Rico the Beast, who is a Shimiche seraph of Indonesia, and that it was definitely not Rico who embraced Zul, and suspects that it was probably one of their Nosferatu, given how the guy looks. But we're not too sure. Twa then mentioned that he had actually sent a scouting team of pirates to Batam, but they had disappeared and had not been heard of in a week. So now that he knows that Rico is somewhere there, he suspects they're probably dead. And he also suspects that Rico is building up an army of some kind. After that, Twa decided to behead Zul, who then dissolved into dust. And then we went into some more downtime. And I'll leave this up to the rest of the coterie to explain to you what they've been up to.
Thank you very much, Sheena, for catching us up. So I think it's a useful start for Tariq because the last session ended in Banu Hakim territory. And so, Tariq, what has he been up to over the past week?
So Tariq has been doing a few bits of administration. He's got a new business he's setting up, so there's an element of making sure that his long-standing sort of buddy, now ghoul, Isaac, is kind of set up well in his new role running that company, which is known as Corvus Security. The other thing he was primarily getting resolved were making sure that the other parts of his businesses, especially because 22 hippos or 22 hippos is underway, just making sure that things are being taken care of. He doesn't have much time to look after the business and start a security business and run around at night staking things. So he's just making sure that appropriate handovers have been done. But on top of all that, he spent a little bit of time helping Miss Moon track down some details, and I'll leave it to her to sort of articulate that. But a bit of nifty technology and a bit of searching and investigation allowed him to help facilitate a few things, as well as a bit of streetwise skill of knowing ways of doing things. I'll leave all of that to Joe to bring in. Other than that, I think that's all Tariq did, because I can't remember anything else, but if I do, then he did that too.
That's all right. Thanks, Ramji. Over to Joe, who plays Moon. What's Moon been up to, Joe?
So Moon was really pissed off with Tariq. So immediately after the last session, she took the bag of frogs and she unleashed them in Tariq's car. And then tragically, she went back, having taken the ID that they found on Zul's body from him.
Mm-hmm.
She managed to locate his address, but she was like, I still don't know how to send him money. I want to send his family money. I want to send his wife and kids his remaining whatever he had on him when he died. So she didn't really know how to do that. I mean, she could just send the money over in an envelope, but we all know that's a bad idea. So after struggling with that and rolling something like zero, she has 3 dice to roll on a technology plus something check, and the pass was 4. So she automatically failed. She tried anyway, but she failed really badly. And then she had to go back with her tail between her legs to go and ask the tech guy, which is Tariq, for help. Tariq did not mention the frogs, but he managed to locate his wife's social media accounts, Zul's social media accounts. So Moon was stalking them for a little while. Stalk. Then she decided, okay, she's gonna send a message over to the wife saying, don't wait anymore, because Tariq have her set up some burner accounts. So using one, she said she sent her a PM on the social media saying, don't wait for your husband anymore. We've done some private investigations and found his remains. He's not coming back. And then she lied. She said, however, I know him from before, and the last thing he said was that he loves you very much. And he said no such thing. He said he was hungry all the time, and that he didn't know what he was doing in Singapore. That's basically what he said. But she lied, and then she essentially arranged for a courier to send his ID and the 2 photos of his wife and kids that we found in his wallet back to his family. And also Ramji slash Tariq managed to arrange for a funky thing. He can hawala to send money to their family anonymously. So that's $2,000 of Moon salary. And contrary to popular belief, despite the fact that she is a popular live streamer, she has a salary from the company. The company takes almost everything. She only has commission, and the company takes a big deal of that as well. So that's a huge chunk of her salary. But yeah, she's sending it over, and because she feels really bad. And now she's got a really weird kind of like truce going with Tariq. But they managed to set up a Signal group because it's more secure than WhatsApp, and she's still talking to them via Signal. Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. And for those of you who are interested in the outcome of Moon's actions, you can take a look at it on our Discord inside the Singapore by Night channel. So last but certainly not least, Sheena. Chantel had a bit of a response from her sire because the 3 of you received an invitation, right? Tell us more about that.
Yes, so we all received an invitation from Dr. Georgina Lee, who is the Ventru Primogen. And when it came to the house, Raffles was not happy, and he let us know, us being Pavinder, his ghoul, and Chantel. And he lashed out with dementation, and we felt the effects quite severely. Essentially, they had beef, some kind of beef. We're not too sure what kind, but through the mental images that kept flashing as he went on his rant, some kind of betrayal happened, some kind of violence and gore happened. There was mental pictures of a woman with her hand in someone's chest, rivers of blood, that sort of thing. And after speaking with Pavinder the Ghoul a little bit more, it turns out that Raffles doesn't really get along very much with the Ventru or the Toreador, although he doesn't really know why, and apparently speaking about those clans to Raffles leads to a very bad outcome. So we're generally trying to avoid that entirely. So he's not invited, Chantel is, and Chantel's managed to convince him that, she's going there as sort of like a double agent, to find out what she wants so that he can be kept in on the loop. But yes, we're treading a fine line here, folks.
Sheena, can I ask a question? What is?
Yes.
You said something happened, because I've not played for a long time, but you mentioned something to Raffles, and then you said something happened.
Yes, so there's a dominate power called dementation, and usually the Malkavians tend to have that. It's where you can unleash your madness on other people. You literally drive them mad.
Funky.
Yeah, and in that particular interpretation of that scene that I gave you, what he did was he unleashed his disgust on both you and Pavinder, leading Pavinder, who's a ghoul, he's not as strong. He ended up unconscious in a pile of vomit, while you, Chantel, you were on the floor fighting back the urge to retch blood. And you're like, keep it down, blood is precious.
Blood is precious.
Okay. So, for those of you who are curious about what exactly Chantel saw, it's also in the Discord. If you are new, hi, welcome. So, do follow us, do subscribe if you like, but also very importantly, join us on our Discord channel. It's where a lot of this game happens. Because it's the way when I started running this game, I wanted something that wouldn't just happen for 2 hours, which is about the runtime of this stream, for about 2 to 2.5 hours every Thursday. I wanted it to continue through the week for the players as well. So as much or as little as the players wanted to do, they could do that during the week, during downtime, and then bring that in to the next session. So it becomes this sort of ongoing live game. So if you're new, if you've just joined us, or you're watching our replay, do follow us on Twitch and do subscribe if you like. Thank you very much. So here's the thing. All three of you have received an invitation. It is from the Ventru Primogen, Dr. Georgina Lee. Right. So this is where I get to ask, Moon, who are you going with?
Oh, I'm supposed to go with my I'm supposed to go with my sire, but whose name is Stasa, by the way. But Stasa is unfortunately engaged in other business, so she asked me to head there first. So I'm going by my lonesome. But I'll probably contact the coterie so that I can ride in Tariq's nice car, which is hopefully free of frogs right now.
And so, Chantel, you've already mentioned that Raffles isn't invited.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to go straight to Tariq. Tariq, what happened with you when you received that invitation?
Tariq was informed that he would be attending Dr. Georgina Lee's soiree by Toi, the primogen of the Banu Hakim, and the sheriff. He was sort of informed in it in a very sort of status-oriented manner. The invitation went to him, not to Tariq. I think we could probably all together count the number of fucks that Tariq gives. But nevertheless, Tariq picks up both, coordinating via signal, presuming that Chantal would like a ride, picks up both Miss Chantal and Miss Moon in his BMW. As you get inside the car, those of you who are mildly observant, which both of you are, will notice that there are many dead frogs in this car.
Does it smell?
Strangely, it does not smell.
Ah.
Huh.
Ah.
Oh, no.
Well.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask why. We'll leave it to the ladies to ask if they would. So you're in the car on the way to, it's so real time. It's, I'm going to assume 8:30 p.m. You're getting close to the location. So this is where it is. So Ramji, could you switch the view, please? Right? Because
I swapped to the driver's seat because I'm the driver.
You're not invited to at the moment.
Oh, right. Okay. Never mind. So we're just sitting in your car as you drive badly.
Yeah, well, he's driving fine. He's not just driving crazy.
Okay. Okay. I studiously ignore the dead frogs. They're not there.
Mm-hmm. One thing he's not doing is he's not pressing both the accelerator and the brake in a sort of strange staccato pattern, which seems to be a thing that people enjoy doing, but he's not doing that.
Okay.
How do the frogs look like? Like, they are dead, but are they, I don't know, taxidermied or decorative or just...
They appear to have been, well, how closely are you observing?
Close.
Okay. Yeah, they appear to have been removed.
Mm-hmm.
They have died. They have
Mhm.
been very simply cleaned and taxidermied and then put back.
Oh my gosh.
I pick one up and put it on my hand and look at it.
I have no idea whether in your madness it speaks to you or not. It is not my intent that it does.
does it speak to you, Chantel? Does the frog speak to you?
I don't know. I'm staring at it. I think it is. I'm looking into his big glassy eyes, and I'm lost for the rest of the trip just staring at the frog.
Oh no. So Chantal is lost because she's like talking to a frog in her mind. And I'm not talking to Tariq yet. So
At one point, Tariq looks in the rearview mirror and says, I think that he likes you.
So Moon is just on her phone. Just like taking selfies, like, hey, on the way to a party. She's doing Insta stories. On the way to party with some who prefer. Yeah, so I dressed up today. Okay, thanks.
Cool. This is what you see as you approach Ion Orchard. For those of you who are not local to Singapore or you've never been to Singapore, this is quite literally the gleaming jewel on the corner of Orchard Road, Singapore's busiest shopping street. It is a ridiculous mall. And as you can tell, there are the facade of it is covered in LED screens. It's like somebody watched Blade Runner and decided, yes, that's it, but brighter. So where you're headed though?
Before we head out of the car, before we park, can I observe what Chantel and Tariq are wearing?
Sure. Let's start with Chantel. Chantel, you actually went shopping.
Yes, I did. She's wearing something relatively simple, but you can tell that it's expensive.
Right.
Like she doesn't want to stand out too much, but she knows that the vendor would probably shell out a little bit. So
And a frog on her head.
Is she
And
also
a
wearing a
frog
frog
on
on
her
her head? Is the next question. But
Mhm.
yes, perfect. Okay. Tariq is wearing a sort of dark black shirt with a dark
As
black
opposed to like a
jacket.
pale black shirt.
Yes, as opposed to a overly washed
I see.
sort of a greyish pale sort of bleach shirt, and a dark black pair of pants and a dark black pair of trousers. He's sort of like, well, at least I didn't have to make any decisions today.
Okay. Moon is wearing a pantsuit. And her makeup, for once, is really, really washed out. Just basically, yeah. If nobody asks her, but she goes like, so I heard that this Georgina Lee doesn't like people to be pretentious. So I just make sure that I'm not pretty today. Okay. Anyway, just a tip for you, Chantel. If you want to tone down your lipstick a little bit, yeah, because you don't want to be prettier than Georgina.
You have a frog on your head, Miss Chantal.
Yes.
That will also work.
I think that will also work. Yes.
Yes, it's okay.
I'll leave it in the car, but right now it wants to be there.
I mean, you may take it if you wish.
Okay.
It is now your turn.
You're
The
coming
moment-
home, Herbert.
Go with my blessing, Herbert.
The moment they start talking about the frog, I'm like, I don't see anything. I'm just looking out the window. Oh, Orchard Road. Nice.
Where is it going to be again? I forgot.
It's going to be here, Chantel, as you
Herbert.
look up. So from the mall, there is a nonsensical residential tower that juts out the rear of the mall and seems to stretch forever into the skies. It is an edifice of absolute ridiculous nonsensical power. For those of you who are interested, it is freaking expensive. It's like $5 million for a 1,000 square foot apartment, folks. It's for Tariq, you've considered living here before, but for whatever reason, it didn't quite appeal to you. It just seemed too obvious. And also the floor to ceiling windows are a bit like, it might be too easy for someone to just bomb your windows and just kill you in a day. It's just way too exposed.
Also, have you tried to find a good bookstore in Orchard Road? There's Kinokuniya and that's it.
There used to be Sunny Bookshop. They did second-hand books.
Before
I
my
used to
time.
go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're around anymore.
Really?
Hmm.
This is a shame.
It is.
There are less and less good bookshops, I think it is personally, although it is related to the rise of the Kindle, I also think it is related to the decline of all civilization.
Okay, it's not true. Okay, if you really want to do some reading, right, you just subscribe to the Stress Times. That's what I do. And then I just read Stress Times online every day. I can read a premier article.
But there is something truly enjoyable about turning paper in between your hands.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Okay, so sometimes like I ask for the hard copy also, and then I can use to wrap my wrap the trash. Then I throw out the trash. But I have to say that now I don't eat so much. I don't have so much trash to throw out. But because like the other people in the office, the goose, they still eat, right? And then my boss is very the wild. So I still have to clean up the office. So I will still use the stress time to wrap out the trash and throw it.
You have goose in your office?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, goose. One goose, two goose.
Like the bird?
No, the goo. How to say?
Like the mess?
No, the the goo that like when you bite the person, then they go like, "Ugh!" and then like they follow you around.
Oh, the ghouls.
The goose.
Ay,
So
I
anyway,
see.
I think you should subscribe to the Stress Times.
You have. It just sort of talks for a second. Says you share a ghoul in the office.
Okay, I'm not supposed to share. I'm not supposed to share. Okay, but it's like last time, cause like there's not that many people in the office, right? So like it's actually my sire, Star's ghoul, but she just closed my eye. She closed my eye. That I just sometimes I drink a little bit. Then he's very friendly, so it's okay. His name is Lawrence. He's a nice guy.
His name is Lalan.
Lawrence.
Hey, what?
Lol.
I find you're American. Sometimes your talk very weird.
No, I appreciate it. It is genuinely. I both talk weird and hear weird.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, his name is Lawrence.
You
Okay,
try
Lawrence.
saying Singapore or. It is very confusing.
I don't understand why you would want to say that.
I do not know everything.
Okay, but anyway, that's a nice frog. Okay, so anyway, I suppose we should go and get ready.
And yes, you should. As you approach the, I'm just going to assume that you park, and as you approach the front door, this is what you see. There's this ridiculous sculpture, and this, folks, complete with ridiculous tile mosaic and that nonsensical pile of lights at the top is the entrance to the Orchard residences.
Do we know that Chantel has a background as an escort?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so
Unless she's told you.
okay, so
It might not have come up in conversation.
okay, I'll just be like, wow, so nice. And I come here before. And I come here before. Have you come here before? No, right? Wow, so nice.
No, I've been here many times. Not as many as you, perhaps. I mean, I've been here many times, though. It is not my personally favorite place. I prefer things a little lower rise, but it is very impressive in its own way.
You come here before Chantel?
2 times.
Moon is just quiet. Okay. Just take
The
a selfie.
windows are very big.
Oh,
Mm,
Very bad for daytime.
That is, perhaps one of my main concerns. But, I guess Dr. Lee has a solution for this.
I think this is what they call a flex.
Pardon?
A flex is when you show your power or how you're not scared of something.
It's the plural of 1 flag, 2 flags.
Oh, I see. Like, more, is that, I hear if you have more flags, you have more fun.
I feel there's like communication breakdown in this
Yes.
group of
A little.
That's right there for our American viewers. Thank you very much. Now, sorry. Sorry, Karen.
Okay, anyway, so I also stay in the HDB flag, okay? So it's not a big deal. So anyway, come, let's go.
I used to. I can't go back now.
And on that rather somber note, you arrive at the concierge desk where you're met by a person who looks very much like a butler. You're just like, oh, he's a butler. And he says, yes.
Butler bin.
That is right. Butler bin indeed. And he says, yes, we've been expecting you. We've Mr. Tariq, Miss Moon, and Miss Shantan. This way.
Hi.
This way,
Herbert is in the
please.
car.
Oh,
Oh, you're not wearing him as a fascinator? I genuinely thought it would be perfect if you were wearing him as a fascinator.
you could keep in your bag if you wanted.
Your
But
clutch.
anyway, there is for Tariq. This is specifically for Tariq. You are surprised that you're not frisked. You're also surprised, Tariq, and because these are your instincts based entirely on your background, that there's no visible security, and that there was a dude in a butler tux standing at the concierge counter, specifically waiting for the 3 of you. Because you mentioned about the flex earlier, you're just like, yeah, she's flexing pretty hard. Anyway, you are brought up to the duplex suite where she stays, and it's more gold and black. It seems to be gold and black everywhere in this place. It's just a little bit obscene, and milling around you see what very clearly look to you like they must be keen because they dress like waiters. And the three of you seem to be the only ones there who are not dressed like waiters. The time is 8:45 p.m.
Oh no, we're not fashionably late.
God damn it, we're early.
Oh no.
The butler says, "Oh, actually, you are all on time. Thank you for being on time. Please take a seat here. You may choose to sit out on the balcony. You may sit anywhere you like, actually, at the table as well. And we will be serving you drinks very soon. Do you have any preferences for Madame and Monsieur?"
Mm-mm.
I go by Monsieur or Mister.
I prefer Monsieur. I find the taste of the Monsieur is a little bit musky. So yes, my preference is for Monsieur.
No, I think he was asking how we identified ourselves in gender preference.
I think he's asking us what we want to eat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And,
A drink specifically.
and I don't have gender preferences. I have very strong ones. I strongly prefer the Monsieur.
So you would prefer something from a male
Yeah.
vessel.
That's true, but okay, just to check. I mean, these people you never kill them or anything, right? I mean, sorry.
Oh, certainly not. No. Dr. Georgina is very, very careful with the vintage of the wonderful drinks that she ensures that her guests enjoy.
Okay.
I heard the doorbell. Is someone coming?
I thank you for your hospitality, but I am currently not hungry or thirsty.
So, Madame, he gestures to Chantal.
Men generally prefer my company. So, are we drinking from the sauce?
Oh, no, certainly not, unless you prefer this. We have it harvested and processed for you, and we will be serving it in wine glasses, of course.
Okay, then it doesn't matter. Thank you.
So, Monsieur, Madame, he gestures to Mumut. I will bring you the same. He nods. He waits on Tariq.
No, so Tariq's already said that he's drunk before he's come out and he's not very thirsty, thank you, though he doesn't wish to be rude, but thank you very much for the offer also.
It's as at this point that the storyteller has forgotten to tell the players to make rouse checks. Please make your rouse checks.
So, since session 2, we had 2 weeks of downtime.
1, I think.
Or 1 week of downtime.
1
So, are we starting tonight hungry? Or, I mean, other than the rouse check that we're about to make?
No, it's a default. I start you all at 1, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Unless you have a reason to have drained a mortal to 0, you start at 1. And then you start making your rouse checks.
Do we also get back our willpower that we used
Yes.
from last time? Awesome.
Yes, unless it's aggravated willpower damage. Or aggravated damage.
Okay, I am at 2 hunger.
I rolled a
Thank you.
rouse check of 10. I don't know what that means.
So you have 1 hunger.
Yeah.
Mumu?
Yeah, I passed as well, so I'm at 1 hunger, but I drink anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. You're served blood in tall wine glasses. And for Chantel, you sniff it and straight away you can smell that this is blood that is very relaxed. It's from a man who was very relaxed when it was taken from him. Okay. It's specific to Chantel. It's simply because you have consumed blood of the type before. That flavor, that specific flavor.
4 flavors of human.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Tariq, you are served anyway. It's just placed on the table.
And I'm like, okay, Tariq. So something else that my sire told me is okay, because this Georgina, she's quite conscious of image, so I think it's polite to drink a little bit. Okay, don't like reject her thing. So I think we drink a little bit just to give her face, because she's very conscious about the face.
I have not seen her to know what her face looks like.
You will see her face later, and
So I should not mention her face.
You can mention it's very beautiful.
Okay, she has a beautiful face. I should mention that?
You can mention that she has a beautiful face.
I will mention that.
Yes, I never say it's very beautiful, but you can mention that it's a beautiful face. But I think you should also drink some of this just to be polite, because she's very conscious about the image.
So if I drink this, how does it affect her beautiful face?
Just drink some, okay? Just drink. Okay, it's nice, right, Chantel?
Yes, it's very tasty.
Okay, I will be guided by your insights. I have asked you for this advice, so please, thank you very much for it. He reaches out his hand and he takes a very small sip and puts it down here.
Quick note that Moon's etiquette is high enough that she's saying all the right things.
Totally, yeah, exactly. Tariq's etiquette is low enough that he's got no fucking idea.
Okay. Tariq, even as Moon is speaking to you, you're checking out the security in the place. I'm giving you all these details because you would, as sort of passively scan. No visible security cameras, no visible security. There's minimal tech related to security. No curtains visible.
Yeah, right now Tariq is absolutely having a small panic attack internally, right? He's looking at the large window, he's looking at the no vampires around
here. The balcony is open. And it is open to the outside. Your first thought is, if somebody flew a drone inside here with explosives in it, you're all fucked.
I assume we're on a pretty high level.
Explosives.
Sorry, Sheena,
yeah, I'm assuming we're on a pretty high level, right?
You are. You're quite near the top. Yeah. Sorry, Ramji, what did you say?
No, I said, Tariq's second thought is, how do I get a drone with explosives?
Buy a drone, get explosives. I have a drone, and I have explosives. Oh.
And welcome to Shadowrun Singapore by night.
Also, pineapple. Anyway, so the time is 8:55. Just three of you are a little awkwardly seated. I'm going to assume you're seated just inside of the balcony.
No, Chantal's gone out onto the balcony to take in the view.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that Moon and Tariq are with you. The three of you are still quite aware of the fact that it's almost 9 and it's like dead silence. The wait staff are just like quiet. You know, they're quietly going about their things.
I sent a signal message to the other two, like once again forwarding the guest list to them, because since Star sent me the guest list, I'm like, then I with a question mark, because basically they should all be here. Where are they?
Chantal checks the phone and sends back a emoji.
Mumu looks pointedly at Tariq, like question mark.
Say, so it only starts at 9, right?
It's 8:55.
Yeah, so we are actually early and imposing on our host's hospitality. So I suggest we enjoy the view and don't say anything else.
At which suddenly, Tariq, you're interrupted by, wow, you're so early, as you turn and you see Moon, your sire.
Oh yeah.
Dressed in a black pantsuit and a very stylish jacket with poppy-uppy shoulders, because the 80s are back in vogue. And she's walking, wow, the three of you so early,
I'm like, 大姐好，大姐晚上好，大姐。And I sort of like introduced her very subserviently to first Tariq. 大姐 this is my friend. He was the one who wanted to help us upgrade our security. Yeah, his name is Tariq. He's from America. Yeah, say hello, Tariq.
Oh, very pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Hello, Tariq. I'm really excited to meet you. It is honor of me to meet you. Thank you. As she extends her hand and
Tariq just sort of takes her hand and just sort of nods at it a little bit and just sort of shakes it confusedly, and then let's go to the pleasure is all mine, Miss Star.
yes, Star. So pleasure.
So pleasure for me as well.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, then. So now y'all know like why Moon talks like that. And then he sort of like introduces Star to Chantel, because we didn't meet properly the first time, but I observed very closely what Star's reaction is, because Star had a bit of a disgusted reaction when she met Chantel with a sire the first time. So I'm like, 大姐, this is my friend Chantel. I think you saw her at Elysium. Yeah, hi, Chantel. This is my sire. She's called Star.
While Moon is doing that and doing the intro, Tariq will, as soon as the attention's off him looking elsewhere, he will just take his phone out and just, as if he's looking at something, and just walk, what he had in his hand, and will briefly just measure the group with, should I mention Miss Star's face? ?
Should I mention what? Sorry?
Miss Star's face.
I just look over to Tariq and I go,
We haven't read it yet.
oh, okay, then never mind. Yeah.
Chantel, Star turns to you and she's like, wow, hey, so nice to meet you, 小妹妹.
大姐你好。
Wow, so polite some more. Good, good. How is Moon? She never bully you, right?
No, she's very nice and
Good, good, good.
sparkly sometimes.
Good. You all take care of each other, very important. Okay, we all 姐妹 need to take care of each other, very important. So, you all know that you all come very early, right?
Oh, because you said that you come at 9 o'clock and we come first, so I calculated like what is first before 9 o'clock, and I thought about 8:45 is first before 9 o'clock.
Good. This is the correct timing. So we all have to come on time one. The rest can take their time.
Yes, correct.
Then about, I think, she glances at her Apple Watch. Around 10:30, then Dr. Georgina will come over.
Yes,
but
correct.
The rest will slowly come. Like that one, she points. And Chantel, you see a very familiar figure walking in. It's Julian. He's dressed in a hoodie, and he is looking rather furtive as he's sort of like deep inside his wine glass, but with his head down and his hoodie put over his face. But you know it's him. You know the way he walks, and you know the way he looks.
Okay, a little bit of background. Julian is Chantel's stalker. It's meant to be a flaw. The thing is that for Chantel, he was the one who was there when she was first turned, and he was meant to sort of like hold her back in case she frenzied and destroyed things. But they ended up having quite a pleasant sort of conversation actually, and she found out a little bit more about the Kindred Society from him. Because she, even when she was just turned, she had an idea that Raffles would probably have a very strong skew on how he wanted to explain things. So she wanted like a second opinion sort of thing. So even though he is stalking her, she doesn't quite realize that. So to her, she's still sort of like a friend, a positive person in her life.
For more details on that, Sheena's actually written a short story based on her first meeting with Julian, and Sheena will put that up in the Discord for you later on. So do join our Discord to check that out. The link is there, or somebody could put it up also. So we'd appreciate that.
Warning: mouth smut, no actual sex, but yeah.
So Sheena has 2 stories up so far. If you like it, please do let her know, give her some feedback, and show her some love. All right. Thank you very much for that, Sheena. And so, Moon, you can't help but feel this wave of revulsion rise up within you as you notice the Nosferatu gentleman.
Oh, can I
that-
see his face too?
You can see peeking out from just under the hoodie.
I noticed
Okay.
that happening.
So I don't know whether I will expect. I don't need Moon to roll, but I will expect that Moon just does her best to hide it. But I think Tariq, you know her well enough that you see a brief flinch, just the slightest flinch.
Her smile gets a little bit unnaturally wide.
So I just look back out across the city and say to this moon, have you noticed? Since the last time you looked at the moon, this is now a full moon.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is
It's
it?
over there. Look how beautiful it is. It passes through the clouds.
Okay. She like desperately looked back at the moon, but then she's like,
Oh wait, that may not be the moon. That might be the different. That might be the ion. Oh no, we're in the ion.
we are in
What
the
could that
ion.
possibly be? That maybe that's the Swiss hotel place.
Maybe it's the Swiss hotel. Maybe it's the Marina Bay Sands, the ship. Never mind. I just go and look.
But it looks very good though.
It's
doesn't
beautiful,
it?
beautiful. But then I sort of like go like, hello, and I turn around and I look immediately at the beautiful things outside.
Chantal, you notice that Julian is looking a little bewildered, and he's decided to go sit in a corner with his drink. He's not noticed you. He looks quite bewildered.
Chantal takes a drink and then floats off to go find him.
Sheena, can I leave this scene to you?
Yes. Okay. So, for those who are actually paying attention to it, Chantal goes over to look for Julian and sits down next to him and just starts to chat with him, figure out where he has been. As mentioned earlier, even though he is technically stalking her, to her, she thinks of him as like a friend, as a positive person. Julian, in general, seems mildly taken aback that now that she has a choice in the matter, Chantal is still approaching him to talk to him. And
so Sheena, I'll let you know, he unloads information.
Ooh.
He's like, he disgorges, oh yeah, he's here at the behest of his primogen, Richard Wagner. He's here as security.
Oh.
He tells you that he'll make sure that you'll be safe.
Okay.
Don't worry about anything. He's doing a big show of machismo. And it's very obvious that he seems to puff himself up now that you're near him.
Aww.
He seems a lot more confident, but he's staring at you in a somewhat unnerving manner.
Chantal does the the shoulder bob, like, I feel safer now. Sort of thing.
Does Julian do anything else, Chantal?
Yeah. So after explaining all that, Chantal probes him a little bit more for information. Like, is he the only one here? Are there is he the only security here? And is this regular? Like, do the Nosferatu generally provide security for kindred events?
He says he doesn't know. He's not sure, but he's sure that Dr. Georgina has security. He just hasn't seen it. But he also says that he often accompanies the Nosferatu primogen when he makes public appearances.
I see. It's like, I would like to make more friends. Do you think I could meet your clansmates as well?
He's furiously nodding, and he says anything. He would do anything for you, he says.
Thank
anything.
you. You're so kind. It's been a while since we got to meet. I don't know where to find you.
Oh, fuck. He gives you... okay, he gives you a location, a GPS location. Like, the exact decimals?
Wow, so specific.
And then he says, he gives you directions to look for him. It's basically the entrance to a disused transformer unit somewhere near Crunchy Park.
Okay.
And he says he would be happy for you to go there anytime.
Obviously, Ed, I'm thoroughly familiar with Singapore, but for those of us watching who don't know where Crunchy Park is, where's Crunchy Park?
It is pretty much one of those places where you would call the arse end of Singapore.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Yeah, it is remote. And this dude lives in an abandoned transformer building in a remote part of a remote park. And he's just given it to you, Chantel, just like that.
Woohoo!
You now know his name.
Oh,
But-
wow.
But what if you're not there when I go?
Oh, he says he has cameras. He'll make sure his security. He'll make sure that he's notified and he'll be back there in a flash.
Okay. Well, I think I have to mingle, but you take care, okay? I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Like almost like a little puppy. He nods excitedly and watches you go. And as you return to the group, Moon and Tariq, the two of you can see and feel his gaze on Chantel from across the room. He is literally across the room. There is...
I think you mean Moon can see that. Like
sorry.
Tariq, unless it's threatening, Tariq would have no idea whatsoever.
Okay, Moon, you really obviously see it. Tariq, it's scary enough that you feel it.
Okay, in which case his radar will go on. Okay, so it's just like,
Yeah, dude is 25 meters away from you, and you can feel his gaze on Chantel. Chantel, you've just returned to the group.
Yeah, Chantal carefully tucks the GPS coordinates in a safe location. Returns to the group like completely oblivious of the staring from Julian.
Chantel.
Yes.
I can feel this energy boring into my back, but I think it's not supposed to end here. It's supposed to go through me towards you.
Sorry.
I feel very uncomfortable. Are you aware that there is a Guai Shushu that is staring at you from over there, and his face is not changing direction?
Sorry.
Miss Moon, would you
I can
mind
still feel
running
it.
that by me again? Because I genuinely feel that I understood all of the words. Like, but I did not understand the content of
You
the
made
meaning.
some progress if you understood all the
I
words.
think I did. Something about the hole boring through you from
But-
behind you.
Basically, I think that the Guai Shushu, the weird uncle over there, I don't know whether he's an uncle or not. I don't want to look at him, okay? It's just... Okay, but anyway, I feel he's staring very hard at Chantel. I can feel like the energy pass through my body towards Chantel. You come and stand here. I put Tariq into the force field of the gate. Can you feel something
Force field of the
passing through you?
So initially you try pulling Tariq and he's initially confused, but then he just goes with it, presuming it's one of these etiquette things. And so he kind of like steps to you, sort of like, and goes, I do not feel a force field, though. And then,
Okay.
because now his back is to Julian, right?
Yes.
So he sort of looks at Chantal and says, but the gentleman you're talking with appears to be looking at you with some hostility. I presume you have this under control, Miss Moon. That's Miss Chantal.
Hostility?
I do not know, but I do not notice any other circumstance.
I feel like he means you some harm. Okay.
I look over at Julian. Oh no, that's Julian that wave.
Oh, he's your friend?
Yeah, well, yes.
He's waving furiously back with a big mad smile on his face, and it's almost like he's, asking if you want him to come over.
Okay, so I think
Would you like him to join us?
No, Tariq, no, Chantel. Okay, so I know there's supposed to be one Machiavellian here, okay, but I get the feeling that he also like acting a little bit like a Machiavellian right now.
Me? What?
So
I am Banu
think-
Hakim. Do not make this
No,
mistake again.
not you. Okay, the one over there. Okay, it's up to you, Chantel. What kind of crazy friend you make? But I want you, like, as a live streamer, like, there's some people who really love you, some people really hate you, and sometimes they can both be very dangerous. So I want you. I don't know. Here, you have to be a bit careful. Like, I don't know what he's going to do, but I don't want to look at him because he's scary.
Oh, okay. But Tariq, if you want to say hi, he's a Nosferatu. Apparently, they're providing security for tonight.
It sounds like a professional courtesy. Would you care to do the introduction?
Of course. So, Moon, I know he bothers you, so maybe I bring Tariq over.
Yeah, okay. I will be here with my Star.
Okay.
Star says, you'll go kids, have fun.
Yeah, I bring Tariq over to meet Julian.
But because Star said I have to go, I'm like, yes, that's it. Okay.
No. Star says, no, you don't have to. You can stay here if you want.
Okay. I stay with Star.
So evil, not desire. Oh, you're triggered by ugly things. Like, go look at the ugly thing.
She's not that cruel. She's cruel, but not that cruel.
Okay.
Anyway, Sheena, over to you.
Yes. So we go over and we meet Julian, and Chantal introduces Julian. This is Tariq. He's from the Banu Hakim. Julian is one of the Nosferatu, and he provides security not only for tonight but also for his primogen. He's very important.
Hello, Mr. Julian. It is a pleasure to meet you. Miss Chantal has spoken highly of you. My name is
Yes.
Tariq.
I'm very excited to meet you too.
Tariq also does a lot of security.
When he's
I'm not
speaking to you, Tariq, he's still staring at Chantal.
Again, knowing how low Tariq's empathy is, would Tariq notice this? Is it something he'd clock? It's that obvious? Okay, interesting. So
There is something deeply uncomfortable about his obsession with her.
So in which case,
And Tariq is picking that up.
Yeah. So Tariq is gonna just flick his eyes down, look at the guy's shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing a pair of really worn out dog marts.
And then comes back up and he says, you are very kind, Miss Moon, but we are just beginning. Sorry, Miss Chantal. Thank you. So the Miss thing, it just goes to the M. It's alliteration, what it is. But it says, Miss Chantal. But we are just beginning a small security company, private contractors primarily. Would you, Mr. Julian, have any advice for somebody that is beginning?
I run a debt recovery service.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's a little bit outside of my area of expertise. How is business these days?
We make them pay.
Do
Yes.
that sounds like a very sensible and straightforward approach to things. Tell me, how is business? Is it busy at the moment?
Owe money, pay money.
Yes, that is the transaction. Usually, if you owe money, you must pay money. I am a huge fan of the nature of liquidity and capital markets.
Yes.
No, in Singapore, it means that when people borrow money from loan sharks and they don't pay it back, then I guess Julian
You break their
goes-
legs and leave them in the bay.
Sometimes.
Oh,
or-
that is the world over. Singapore is not unique in this.
But the owe money, pay money is a phrase.
Oh, I see. I am so sorry. I did not mean to provide confusion to you, Mr. Julian. I still have yet to quite grapple with many of your how do you say your sing English. Right.
Somebody owe you money. You call me. I make them pay you back.
I may well take you up on this. I have occasionally run into this scenario. Please, how would I call you?
You take my name card.
Well, that is more kind.
Reaches into his jacket and pulls out a. You notice that he's wearing actually a black leather biker's jacket and a pair of blue jeans. The jacket actually is quite new. It's just that the shoes are a bit older. He's actually dressed decently in that sense. But it's a biker's jacket with a hood. It doesn't seem to make much sense to you. But anyway, he pulls out a card and hands it to you. You see it says OMPM Debt Recovery Services.
Says Terry sort of takes it and says, does it have an address?
It does.
Where is the address?
The address is for you see it, Terry, and you know straight away it's one of those forwarding addresses in Raffles Place.
Right. So I will pull out a similar card for corporate security that has a forwarding address somewhere on I can't remember exactly where it is. It's sort of just around the corner from
Central Mall.
yes,
Is that the one?
so that's what I'll do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly. It escaped my head, but it's like Edward House or something like that. But anyway,
Right.
he sort of hands them back and says, just as a exchange, of course, if you need to get in touch with me. It is Tariq with a Q.
Yes.
How come I didn't get a name card?
You don't need one.
Would you care for one, Miss Chantal?
Maybe.
Then-
You need one. You need one. And he interrupts you. Julian interrupts you, Tariq, to hand Chantal his name card. Yes, my name card.
Thank you.
As he does so, does he do so in a way that, although he's excited and handing it to Chantal, like Tariq, who is, let's be honest, he's a trained killer, right? Is Tariq going, okay, he's left himself exposed while he's doing that, or has he done it in a very defensive way, like, but making it look like it's not?
Dude, if this guy's a security professional, Tariq, you can't tell.
I mean,
He moves like Mook.
What's a mook?
He's like a complete amateur. The way he moves is like,
oh, so that's what you meant. So I thought you meant I wasn't able to tell. Got it. Understood.
right?
Yeah.
So you're just like all the way through, he's not been behaving or moving in a manner that you would associate with, I don't know, trained killer, trained military professional, security professional. If this guy is here to provide security, what the hell is he? Really? This guy? That's your assessment right now, Tariq. This guy?
So then I'm looking for the other guy. I'm looking around the room to see where the other guy is.
This is the distraction guy.
Nothing? Okay.
And got nothing. But
Is there's no space, whereas the waiters are wandering around the room, they avoid a space.
Do I see?
no, Chantal, you do not.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Okay, I'm making it very clear. Y'all don't see no security, nothing.
I lean in like Julian's face is here, my face is here, and I whisper in his ear, Julian, I think you're meant to be looking out for danger, not just looking at me.
Only for the primogen.
Oh,
Okay.
When His Honor arrives, and now I'm off duty. If you want me now, he started leaning, Chantal. If you want me now, I still have some time. He's leaning uncomfortably close, Chantal.
No, but we have to respect Dr. Georgina. This is her house.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yes. And he keeps repeating yes as you step away. Tariq, you, despite your lack of empathy, you're a little creeped out by this guy.
Sorry, Tariq was currently just in his head thinking of 3 ways to kill the guy. Like literally, that was his. Like as I was checking the room out, he was like, "Well, I could stake him, but he's got a thick leather jacket on, so that would be bad. So maybe the back of the neck." But then, the last time I did this, I don't know why, but they got kind of unnecessarily upset. Plus, we're here in someone else's house, and they've got a light-colored carpet. But then the dust, so he's sort of like in a moment of uncertainty. So as the thing breaks up, he's like, "Okay, cool, I don't have to take him."
Shanta pulls Tariq away. You've got that look on your face.
Whoa, what look?
Oh, the one where you're considering things.
No, I sometimes,
Violent things.
No, not in the slightest, Miss Chantal.
We can't do that here.
That seems very ill-advised. And you are along with Miss Moon, my etiquette mentors for the evening. So if you say it is inappropriate, then I will save it for later if it is okay with you.
Try to think softer.
Think softer.
Mm.
How does one
Yes.
think softer?
Maybe just don't. Sing a song when you're thinking of, how do I kill this person?
How do
Go
I
sing a
kill this
song.
person? How do I kill them now? Do I kill them in the face or do I use a cow? I mean, I do not. Tariq does not say that. That was all around you. But yeah.
With that, we move back to Moon.
So when Julian unleashes his ultimate creep, right? You hear the it's like Moon and Star close the sliding glass door of the balcony. They're like, so they don't have to feel the creep emanating out of this guy.
But Moon, I will let you know that when Chantal and Tariq turned around, you sort of had them in your peripheral vision.
Okay.
So you were keeping an eye out for when they were done with that conversation. So as they turned around to go, you glanced over and you noticed that as Chantal grabbed Tariq's arm to speak to him, Julian's face changed and he looked really angry.
Okay.
Okay, Chantal and Tariq, you don't see that. Only Moon sees it.
Okay, so I see it. I'm like, okay, Tariq, come. Chantel, come.
You open the sliding door for them.
Yeah, just a little bit. I put on my sunglasses so that I don't see him so well. I don't see the Nosferatu so well. I'm like, okay,
What's wrong?
Chantel.
Do you have a headache? Are you okay?
I do actually, but I will explain to you why in a little bit. Okay, so but as they come, basically like while they were there, I also have wanted to ask Star like about etiquette, how to behave around Georgina, and actually why we're here, because I figure she'll probably have the best idea. And
Okay.
then I mean, if you want, you can just repeat it to the whole group since they're here.
Star's info dump for you, Moon, especially for you,
Oh,
not for
other
Chantal
people.
and Tariq.
Okay.
Okay.
And you notice that, I mean, if anybody's listening, when we talk, we sound very different when we're talking to each other.
You're whispering.
Okay, but we're whispering very different. No for American
Star
accent.
tells you the following things: Clan Toreador, Clan Ventru, Clan Nosferatu are in an alliance.
Okay.
Okay. It's important. This gathering is to ensure that the three of you, being the newest members of the court, are on the right side, which is their side. So Georgina is trying to woo the three of you over to her faction.
But Ajie, I mean, you are together with this Georgina already, right? So actually, 我没有理由, I mean, I have no reason to actually go against you. So
You have influence over Tariq. That's why.
Oh, is it? Yeah, you know, last time he tried to tackle me, you know. I told you already, right? he literally tackled me. Then I have to tell him, no, cannot. It's professional. Like, he tackled me to the ground, you know. I think you don't understand the meaning of how to tackle a girl.
Okay, Star tells you that she's glad that you're okay, but she emphasizes to you that it's important that you get them over to her side. Because the Banu Hakim are running the court into the ground. The 2 years they've been in charge, things have just been getting worse and worse, and you don't want to be on the wrong side.
How is it worse? Sorry, 大姐.
The Banu Hakim don't know how to deal with problems. So her laundry list of issues. Banu Hakim don't know how to deal with problems. They let Masquerade breaches go. They're very poor with dealing with the Sabbat threat. Then they limit everybody's access to ghouls, and they haven't allowed people to replenish the number of kindred in Singapore. She tells you something that seems rather significant to you. There were over 100 vampires in Singapore at one point, not long ago. Now we're down to less than half of them.
Okay.
You remember counting Elysium? There's like 40.
But then
in the Camarilla.
Oh, so she's only counting the Camarilla. Okay.
At one point, she said there were well over 100 Camarilla vampires at Singapore.
I see. Okay.
Okay. She doesn't say. I mean, you can ask her. She doesn't say anything else.
Okay. Thank you, 大姐. How do you think I should convince Chantel and Tariq?
Don't be too obvious, she tells you. Just be their friend. And then if they trust you, this is how coteries work. If they trust you, then everything will be fine.
Okay, 大姐, I understand.
Okay, you prove yourself to be trustworthy, you prove yourself to be helpful, they'll go along with you.
The ugly guy outside, I think he want to hurt Chantel.
Julian?
Yeah.
He's a clown.
But is he like scary clown, like eat like
harmless one?
Harmless,
This kind. No harm. So if this guy, you just stare at them a bit too hard, they're also scared of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
That's why I teach you how to do it.
Oh.
Okay. 谢谢大姐，谢谢大姐。 Thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
Mm.
Then as I noticed them coming, I'm like, 大姐. So Tariq, he want to know what is the best way to behave because he new to Singapore.
Oh, just make sure you are very polite to the venture primogen.
Yes, Miss Moon told me to mention her beautiful face already.
Oh, you don't need to mention. You also will say it one. You see her, you understand.
Huh? Oh, I mean,
You sure say it one. Everybody see her, sure say it.
then I see Tariq.
Tariq literally looks at Moon and then Chantal and then Moon again, and you can read it on his forehead. It just says translation, please.
So anyway, I like you can see Moon's expression go, and then she sees Tariq's signal message, and then she replies yes.
I must notice. He has to see it on the finger. I must also notice that your face is incredibly beautiful as well.
Oh, wow. So good with words, Then she gives you a very approving couple of pats on the shoulder. You smart. You're very smart. See, that's why I'm so reassured that the three of you are together. Momo is in good company. Very good, very good. She pats you and then she says, "You have fun. Huh? I have to receive my boss." And
On the balcony?
She steps away. Okay, you can see a buzz of attention. All right, as a bunch of things happen. So you were told that it wouldn't be till 10 or 10:30, but holy crap, everyone's here. Like everyone's here suddenly from out of nowhere. It's like it disgorges a whole bunch of vampires that you know to be senior members of the court, and suddenly the room is full with all of them. So you feel compelled to join them from inside the balcony. Okay, so the three of you step in to the balcony to see Dr. Georgina Lee. And when you see her, you understand she's unnaturally beautiful. No, it's like, holy shit, does she have her own lighting?
Wow.
You're just like, what the fudge? It's like the house is lit for her to look good. And it's like every part of her is immaculate. And you're just like, what the hell? All right. And she welcomes all of you and introduces guests in order of first starting with her fellow Ventru, Bruce Wing. The founder and former CEO of Wing Enterprises, right? And he's very well known, but he's receded from the public eye. He and Dr. Georgina used to be fixtures on the local socialite calendar. Right? The two of them have decided to step back a lot over the last couple of years. You'll know of Dr. Georgina and Bruce from before you were embraced. They're famous. Okay? They have many dots in fame. And she then introduces someone that some of you may be familiar with if you've read the papers. This is the Nosferatu primogen. And this is what he looks like. This Indian Eurasian gentleman. He walks in with this big smile on his face. And Julian immediately goes to his side, looking sufficiently menacing, I suppose. All right. This is Richard Wagner.
Question.
Yes.
So, oh, right. I see. So it actually looks like that. Yeah.
This is Julian.
Oh, wow. I see.
Wait, where's Julian?
There.
Okay.
Looks like a
Alright.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
A little bit.
A little bit. A little bit.
But so the Nosferatu primogen, he's got some glamour on lah. So that's why he looks like that, right? He doesn't look like a Nosferatu.
He is masked. And that's the weird thing, because normally in Elysium, if this was Elysium, the prince wouldn't look too kindly on someone walking around masked. If you know what I mean. Okay? you all know enough of kindred etiquette to know that. So
Yeah.
he's walking in his false identity, and everyone is just like, oh yes, hello, Your Honor, hello. Okay, he is, as you know, Richard Wagner is a High Court judge, a serving High Court judge. He's with Julian, and the next person that she introduces is your primogenitor, Run.
Have I met Run before?
Very briefly, you introduced to him at Pasir Panjang.
Okay.
He was, Stasa has told you that he was embraced when he was 105.
Okay.
Yeah, and he looks quite frail, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I just say Rana Dashu.
and and this is Star, in case you were wondering.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
she's
Perfect.
very
Perfect.
happily standing next to Run and greeting everyone. Hello, welcome. Okay, she's very proud. Then actually, I kid you not, some pictures are taken of Run and Star and Dr. Georgina at this point as Run enters. Where the photographer came from, you don't quite understand, but a photographer appeared. And
Is
took
it
some
not just
pictures.
me? Have I not just been tasked? No, I'm sure they're
No,
professional.
no. A
Okay.
photographer appeared and took some photos
Okay.
and disappeared. Strange.
Okay.
And then the next two people, a bit of a surprise to you, but you realize, oh, they were on the invite list, but you totally forgot about them. It's like, of course, the Senesco will be here, Alan Park. The most nondescript freaking Asian man you could ever imagine. You couldn't pick him out in a crowd, but here he is, with a slight smile on his face and wearing a pair of wire-rimmed glasses. Tariq, this is him. This is just how he looked in his office. Just wearing that button-up long sleeve shirt. All right. And he's accompanied by someone you spend the evening with. It's Floyd.
Oh.
With a smile
Floyd.
on his face.
What does Floyd look
Looks like
like?
a composite.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Huh.
Okay. So Floyd is accompanying him with a smile on his face.
Okay.
Slightly bigger than the one on Elle's face. Okay. Now that you've all been introduced, Georgina also introduces you to say, if any of you would like to feed, I also brought my girls along with me. And she brings in these 6 girls that she introduces as her private girls. And she says that the flavor is exquisite. You realize straight away, though all 3 of you know about the Ventru, this is her herd. And she specifically feeds on them. And all of them look like they're on something. You're not sure what. But she's assured every one of you that if you feed on them, it will be quite exciting. Okay? Right. That said, everyone disperses and starts to mingle. Just says, have fun, enjoy yourselves this evening. The 3 of you, who would you like to speak to, or what would you like to do?
Tariq will seek out Alan in order to politely just say hello, thank him for his help in the last few weeks, and other than that, just to inquire after his health and well-being, and then move on.
Okay. Al is damn good at small talk. Tariq, he's so good at it.
Tariq runs out after like 3 sentences.
But he keeps it going, and you walk away, Tariq, thinking, this guy really wants to do business with me, and I should get in touch with him again soon. Even though you have no idea
what the business is or
what he actually does.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
But you're sure that you want to do business with him. He's really charming. He's got a way with... He's not... doesn't look like anything, but you talk to him and you're just like, oh. Also, all 3 of you notice that the rest were introduced with their clans. Al and Floyd were not.
Yeah.
They were just introduced as themselves. Okay.
I go to Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, hi.
hello, Floyd. How have you been?
Good, good. How are you?
Okay. What have you been busy with?
Lots of things. Singapore, very exciting.
Like what?
Wow, see the city. Everyone wear mask. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so nice
Yeah.
to be able to gather here. This poor humans still cannot gather,
I love your country. So safe.
Yeah. Hey, Floyd,
So clean, your country.
Floyd, shh. Floyd. So actually, I'm a bit confused, you're what? You're what? Are you like Torador? Or
I'm a guest. I'm
And
a
then-
guest of the court.
hey,
I'm a guest of Mr. Park.
Floyd, don't
Oh,
Floyd, don't like that, eh? You know, like we know each other so long. You know, like we are like some of the youngest people here. We have to stick together. Okay. So anyway, the three of us we've decided to stay together, and we have to make sure that you are okay also. Okay. So I want to make sure that you're okay. So I have to you have to find out like what clan are you from? You know, like are you same clan as me? Then we can take care of each other. Okay. And then she puts like a sisterly hand on Floyd's arm. Okay or not? How I want to take care of you.
sure.
So what clan are you from? Like what are you doing here? I'm so confused.
He leans in a bit closer. Don't worry. Don't worry.
No, then I turn on my but I'm very worried. I'm very worried about you and I'm fine. What happened to you?
Are you using a discipline on another vampire at Dr. Georgina Lee's party?
Can I not just use my traits? Which is
You can. I thought you were using all.
no, I'm using
Okay.
I'm using
That's fine.
I'm using either persuasion or manipulation.
Please roll.
Okay.
Please.
Do I have to roll my blood thing?
Yes, you must roll hunger dice for this.
Okay, so I'm gonna like if you join us, right, and then like everything will be so much safer, and then we're all so young, we're so young vampires, we have to take care of each other. We have to take care of each other, like if you join me, we can really just band together, what international like SEA Games coalition like that. So I'm my persuasion expertise is sort of like selling ideas. So I'm going to
Go
attempt.
ahead and add that one dice. That's fine.
I think
Tell me
three
how many
might lose the
successes
point
you-
of humanity at that point, just voluntarily.
So it's what are the two stats I'm adding together?
Persuasion plus charisma.
Okay.
I think you have 8.
If I add that one dice for my specialty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know how many successes you get.
Can I borrow your own dice? Thanks. Okay, so this is the blood dice. Okay, so no. Oh, okay. One crit not on the blood dice. So no more.
Do you want more details?
No. Shh. Oh. Oh, nice. So 6 successes. But the last one, I think I reroll. I'll spend my willpower to reroll. Oh no more blood.
You roll your hunger
Yeah.
already.
Okay, so
Okay. Let me do it. Six successes, right?
yeah.
Floyd looks at you and he says, okay,
Oh,
okay,
Oh, we must all
I
work
tell
together.
you. Okay, shh. I tell you quietly. Quietly, I tell you. Shh. The truth is that if I tell you, then he points across the room to Al, who looks over at the two of you. If I tell you, Al will have to kill me, and then he'll have to kill you. That's why I can't tell you. And then he winks at you. And then he says, you better be careful what you ask. And then he walks away.
Did he pass?
No, he failed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You succeeded. That's why he told you that.
Okay, so I'm like, I wave at L.
Al, very friendly. Like you can't read it at anything other than a very nice, friendly wave.
okay, I go and hang out with whichever member of my coterie is not doing something at the moment.
Okay. It could be both Chantel and Tarek.
Chantel hasn't chosen somebody to speak to yet, though.
I am actually going to go speak to the Nosferatu Primogen.
Okay. Richard Wagner, Raffles has told you, is a ridiculously influential figure in both mortal and in vampire society. Okay, he literally, according to Raffles, controls the courts. He has a lot of sway over the other judges as well as the police force here. So Raffles has told you that he's able to deploy the police for reasons. Okay, this is a powerful man, but also very friendly as you approach him. Yeah, and Julian, suddenly his face brightens up as he sees you.
I approach and I just kind of like softly bow. Your Honor, my name is Chantel. It's nice.
Hello. We haven't met before.
No, we have not. But Julian has told me a lot about you, and he says that you're a very important person.
Oh, good things, I hope.
Yes, all good things.
I have to apologize for Julian. He doesn't have such a good way with words. He's not the most eloquent. Aren't you, Julian? Julian, still staring at you, Chantel, turns briefly to look at his boss and nods. No, I am terrible with words. Yes, but Julian has many other talents and skills which are very useful.
Yes, he is very strong.
Yes. I notice he's staring at you a lot. Does that make you uncomfortable? He's saying this in front of Julian.
Yeah. Not really. I guess because we know one another from before.
Oh, good. I thought I was going to have him killed. No, I'm kidding, Julian.
Concerned face.
Julian also concerned face. And then he laughs with, yeah, so pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Chantel. Tell me, how is your sire? Doing well, I hope?
Yes, as well as he can be, I suppose. He was a bit surprised that I was invited.
Oh, why would that be the case?
From what I understand, he and Dr. Georgina are not exactly on speaking terms.
Oh yes, but the sins of the father are not the sins of the son, are they?
Thank you for making that distinction.
No, I don't know what you know about your sire, but he has quite a history. Our good friend Raffles, he has quite a history.
I don't know much except what he tells me, and I don't think he always tells me the truth, so it would be good to make friends with other people.
Yes, like Julian over here, he seems to be very excited to be your friend.
Yes, and I'm glad to have made his acquaintance. You are a very influential man, and you know a lot. Maybe you can tell me more about how the situation.
In a display of absolutely false humility. Oh, please. I am merely a cog in the system.
You are being too humble, Your Honor. I know that you probably know more of the ins and outs of this city than anyone else.
Yes, well, you might think that, but you know, who really knows everything about this city?
Indeed. But I understand that if my sire has such history, then maybe some people might view me the same way, even though, as you said, the sins of the father should not be the sins of the son.
Well, we see good things about you. Don't we, Georgina? Georgina walks over. Yes, we do. We have very high hopes for you and your friends, Chantel.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. This is a very beautiful home. Thank you for the invitation.
Well, thank you for attending. I'm very glad that I'm able to meet your acquaintance properly tonight. And as the Honorable Mr. Wagner was saying, we are hopeful that we can perhaps offer you the possibility of liberation from the shackles of your, shall we say, very misguided sire.
That sounds interesting to me. What are you proposing?
Well, we know that you live with him right now, but you should look for another place to stay. We can always arrange for you to go away for a while so that you get some distance from him. It may be healthy. And maybe after a bit of separation, that clingy bastard will understand that you don't belong to him and nobody is his property. And she smiles, and you see a glimpse, Chantel, and the woman is Georgina, and her hand is deep in Raffles' chest. And just that glimpse, it's her. And she laughs. But no. Come to us anytime you like. Both myself and the Honorable Mr. Wagner will be glad to help you. Excuse me. She composes herself and walks away, as if she knows that she's let on a bit too much.
At this point, right? Because I'm done talking to Floyd, so I'm like, okay, what the shit. So currently Tariq is unengaged, so I sort of like look at Tariq. I look at
Tariq looks straight back at you, and he looks. You can tell, I'm sure that like other people just think he looks like stone face, but you can just see the look in his face is like, can we kill someone or go? And so and he's obviously not killing anyone because this is a room full of people that massively outrank him, and he doesn't know what to do. So you can see him looking a little bit like, okay, I've talked to Al. I haven't talked to Floyd yet.
Okay. So I see Tariq looking like that. I'm like, okay. Sasa say I have to convince him to join. So I'm like, surely there is a soul in him somewhere. Then I like look for the most beautiful woman in the room. I see Georgina just move away from Chantel, and I grab Tariq and I like try to make it look like I'm like being escorted over, but I drag him over to Georgina so that Georgina can work her magic on him.
Oh, Georgina pauses as she notices the two of you coming over. Oh yes, Mr. Tariq and Miss Moon.
Wow, Georgina, can I just say you look so beautiful. Your house is so beautiful. It's just such an honor to be here. And then with my other hand, I use my like non-claws to sort of like dig into Tariq's shirt.
Yes, thank you for your kind invitation. You have a very beautiful face.
She responds with this beaming smile, and the two of you can't help but feel a little charmed by her as she says, "Oh, that's so kind of the two of you to come to my humble little party."
And is she away from Chantel yet, or is Chantel still there?
Oh. Chantel's about, let's say, 10 steps away.
So I look for Chantel. I'm like, as if indicating for her to join us.
I also joined the group lah.
The Nosferatu Primogen has excused himself. So, but as you come over, Chantel, Julian's staring at you. So, Georgina's sort of holding court with the three of you. What would you like to ask her?
I feel it's my duty to sell Georgina to Tariq and Chantel. So I'm like, wow, Georgina, can I just say, like, it's so incredible what you've achieved. Look, I mean, like, your house is such a statement. You know, we noticed that it's like full view of the sky. You're obviously a very powerful person. How do you do it? Can you share some tips with us?
Well, my partner, she gestures, and from, like, all she does is, like, she reaches a hand over like this, And from halfway across the room, Bruce walks over. Like he knows that's the sign or that's the signal to join the four of you. And he's there just smiling very charmingly. And she says, yes, he takes care of everything. Don't you, Brucey? And he smiles at, well, I try my best. Hey, Bruce looks at you, Tariq.
Tariq looks at Bruce.
And Bruce, there's a bit of a challenge in his eyes as he looks at you, Tariq, and says, oh, Mr. Tariq, welcome to the security business.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce. I appreciate your welcome, though I would not say that we are in the security business as much as we are just making some steps in that direction. Though I appreciate your warm words. Might I say that this is really rather... And then he kind of stuck because he's walked himself down a bit of a corridor conversationally, and he wants to say, might I say that's a really nice shirt you're wearing, and by the way, you look amazing, but he doesn't, he kind of stops and realizes that's not appropriate. So then he's like, very nice place.
Yes, we've done it up quite carefully, and I think the furnishings chosen by Georgina have been very important in how we arranged everything to be, shall we say, functional. Georgina laughs. Yes, it's hard to stay in a place like this for a vampire, but we manage.
Are they opening up to a question for me asking that, or is that just like, is it considered to be like, oh fuck it, Tariq doesn't know?
Tariq doesn't know.
Yeah,
Tariq can read as anything.
Yes, it is genuinely amazing. I actually considered looking at this very tower when I was looking for a place, but must admit, I was put off by the large window.
Unfortunately, he had very different aesthetics from Singaporeans, so you don't understand.
No, I think it's a beautiful place.
Amazing feng shui of this place is so beautiful.
Bruce puts up a hand. He looks at you, Mumu, and Bruce puts up a hand. I should mention that as the non-executive director on the board of Certis, and as a major global shareholder of Cisco, we have access to some of the latest state-of-the-art technology when it comes to security and, shall we say, improvements for our haven.
Wow, that sounds amazing. It sounds like Tariq will have so much to learn from you. We should all really just stick together because we are all on the same page. Isn't that right, Chantiel?
You're all very powerful and influential, but what can we do for you?
Georgina smiles and puts a hand on your hand and takes your hand. Chantel, my dear girl, you are more important than you could ever imagine. Then she takes her other hand, Moon, and takes your hand. And then she looks at Tariq, and you are our future. And we need to make sure that you are taken care of properly. And I want to make sure that if anything happens, if there's any sort of problem, any sort of trouble, you can always come to me.
Yes.
Or to Mr. Wagner, or to Run for help. You understand?
Of course. Yeah, you understand, right?
Tariq, most kind. Thank
you.
Yeah.
The Moon and Chantel, because the two of you are most socially astute, Georgina is doing a very good show of being very sincere and authentic about it, so you have no doubt about her. But Bruce is side-eyeing Tariq. Tariq, you don't notice this. Bruce is side-eyeing Tariq a little. Okay, so Moon and Chantel, you notice this. Georgina continues, so how is everything so far? Everything to your satisfaction?
Very much so.
Good, good. So I want the three of you to enjoy yourselves this evening. Talk to people, meet people. If you need anything from me, you just let me know, alright? And then if you want to have a little quiet time with my girls, you go ahead. She gestures to her herd.
Thank
Okay.
you. That
And
is
then
a very generous offer.
And then she pulls Bruce away, leaving the three of you to converse.
Wow, I thought like she's amazing. Wow, wow, it's so good that we're on the same side.
I using them as cover, I text the group and say, we'll talk later. And then openly to their faces, I'm like, the blood is unusually tasty.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nice to make new friends.
Yes, it's true. I look at Tariq to see whether he's been at all charmed by Georgina.
Not in the slightest. You do, however, see Tarek casting a somewhat, mildly lustful gaze at the back of Bruce as he walks away, and then, but it's ever so slightly. You can see and everyone will pick this up as Bruce has walked away. It's ever so slightly troubled and mildly scornful, perhaps.
But so we do notice this lah.
But you definitely noticed that he's been checking Bruce out. He's basically paid no attention to Georgina except the respectful one. He's been checking Bruce out all the way.
Oh, so like Moon suddenly this light switch flicks on in the head. Oh.
Tell me, Chuando.
Oh, I guess he wasn't trying to tackle me.
Well, how the turntables. As the next person to come and speak with the three of you is Run. This old man accompanied by Star. Oh, I'm so glad that three of you are here. Oh, Tariq, good to meet you. I have a lot of Malay friends.
Oh no.
Chantel. Good. Akan datang. I used to put that on my cinemas quite a lot. And you, Chantel, wow. You are such a glorious and charming girl. I would have put you in my movies. All of my movies.
Oh no.
So, the three of you are here having fun.
Yes, Rananshu. Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Good. What do you think about the I heard you all have a lot of run-ins with the Enochs, huh? What do you think about them?
Oh yeah, no, I sort of like try not to signal at Tariq and Chantel, but I put myself forward. Oh no, yeah, I think they're a little bit out of control. Yeah, we thought we had no choice but to ask them for help, but yeah, it's out of control. Like yeah, it's so disorganized, so we're glad that people like you all are in charge. Yeah, it's so good.
No, we're not in charge. The prince knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah,
we must trust Puan Bulang. She's very good.
I'm sure she's good in her own.
Malay women know how to run the house. Let the Malay women run the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's why she will go to the Enochs and call for help. Good.
Yeah.
Good to have friends.
Yeah, it's friends. But of course, we are honored today that we are in this friendly group of people. It's our great honor.
But you know who is not our friends? The Sabat. Sabat is not our friends. Right, Star. The Sabat is not our friends.
Yeah.
It wheels and points at you, Tariq. Oh, you are the one that killed them, huh? I hear you kung fu them, all of them. Oh, very good.
Thank you.
How was it? How was it fighting them?
They die like any other. Thank you, Elder, for your compliment.
That was good. We need strong, strapping young men like you. Pat on your shoulder. It's feeble, Tariq. When he pats you on the shoulder, it's like somebody tapped you with a feather.
Totally. And also, like, again, because Tariq has very, very little ability to control the way that people perceive him. He normally relies on obfuscate. So Tariq is clearly a little offended and also not visibly disgusted, but he's clearly just kind of like holding it in and just kind of just being what he considers to be polite, but is clearly curt.
Mr. Shaw, what would have happened if we didn't speak to the Anarchs to ask them to fight at Changi? Because our people were only at Labrador and Sentosa.
Small thing lah. This kind of thing, your Uncle Wagner can call the Mata to come and take care of them. Police all roll in, audit, and we just clean it up. Say that they're drug traffickers. Easy. This kind of thing. Last time the Prince, Lord Rizal, he knew how to take care of things like that.
Lord Rizal, what happened to him?
The one, he left one day. You want the details, you ask his child, Georgina. You ask Georgina about him and all the fellas that left. So many of them all went to the west. Like monkey god. They all left like the monkey god.
But
Yeah.
would it be... would it make her sad if I asked about Lord Rizal?
I think maybe not tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, but you ask her sometime. If you're curious, you just ask her. She'll tell you. She got a lot of stories about him. The two of them were very close for a long time.
I see.
She was his favorite, no. She was going to be the next prince. He always say one day when I'm gone, all this will be yours. Always say that to her. Say in front of people for me to hear. For you to hear also, right? Star.
So, how come? What happened?
I know lah. They all left lah. And the Sabah in Malaysia, they come down, then big fight. And somebody had to stop the Sabah, so they made a deal. Then the deal was for Wan Bulang to come back and then take the leadership. Okay, we survived. So few of us left, but never mind. But good lah. Good. Wan Bulang knows how to run the house. Malay woman know how to run the house. He holds up a thumbs up. Very good.
So Puan Bulang's not Singaporean?
Oh, Wan Bulang was Singaporean before Singapore.
Oh.
She's the Temenggong's. What is that? She's related to the Temenggong. I think she's the niece or something. Or maybe the wife of one of the Temenggong's brothers. Don't know lah. All before my time. Older than me. I saw already. Yeah.
No. I run through. Wow, you look so good, no? They still look so young.
Yeah.
Very good.
We all say age is only a number now. Don't need to count anymore.
Yeah.
Right, star.
Yeah. Okay. Mumu doesn't know how to end the conversation.
And he's there. It's kind of uncomfortable. He's still there. And he's still talking to you, right? Oh, and I tell you, oh, you all should know about this. The Camarilla, very important in Singapore.
Yeah.
Don't have the Camarilla, everything habis.
Habis.
You die, I die, everybody die. We need the Camarilla. Otherwise, the government will come down on us like the way they hantam Berlin. Oh, you heard about what happened in Berlin? What happened in Vienna? Oh, those Angmo fellas kena shot by missile. What flamethrower, explosive. Oh.
What happened, Ran Shu? So
The Yankees, they sent the drone with the Hellfire missile. Boom! The Termier country. Bah! Then the Termier bo liao. No more Termier.
Oh.
You can ask Ronnie about that. Ronnie will tell you all about it. He's very happy now. No more bloodborne.
Who is Ronnie?
The Tremere Primogen lah. Mad
Okay.
scientist.
He's not here tonight.
No lah. We the Tremere are very, very quiet now. Last time they very big mouth. Make a lot of noise. Now they're very quiet. We just leave them alone lah. Let them do their own thing.
So how can we be sure the Yankee won't come here and fire us also?
No lah. If anything, the SAF will come. They also got the same drone. Boom! You see, the balcony door still open. Don't know which bugger left it open.
So how can we make sure that the SAF won't come and fire us?
Yeah, it happen one lah. Unless somebody does something stupid. Then, so you must be careful. Rule number 1. First tradition. Never break the first tradition. Otherwise... Right, Star.
But do the human authorities here know about us?
Those that know, we take care of already. Those that don't know, we make sure they continue not to know. Either that, or we send them on a wild goose chase. Misdirection, very important.
That's very smart.
No, it's just survival. You all will learn. You're interested? I teach you all.
Yes, please.
Good. Next time you all call me. I will show you all how it's done.
Okay.
Right, Star. And Star is like, Moon, you catch Star's eye, and very briefly, Star shakes her head. Okay. You all just call me. I show you. I show you how we do the misdirection.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You call me, He's walking away. Okay, you call me,
Go.
He walks away.
Never exchange
Star?
number, no, just walk away.
Yeah. He walks away with Star.
Okay.
If at any point all three of you, a thought simultaneously to all three of you pops into your head. If someone is embraced when they're already suffering from dementia, does it carry over into their vampiric condition?
Yeah, I guess.
The three of you are alone again.
Okay.
Is there anyone else you want to speak to?
I feel like we need to go and mingle with all the important people, but I don't know, I'm very tired. Actually, I do this
budget of words for the month.
Yeah, I do this personality test. I'm actually INFP, so it's really like wow. I feel like really tired. I talk to so many people already. How we just talk about ourselves,
No.
At this point, just very quickly, Sheena, sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
I can let the party know that you can declare we mingle for X amount of time and then leave.
Okay.
If you don't want to have any more specific conversations. Okay, sorry, Sheena, you were saying.
Yes, I do want to go and pump Ellen Park for more info if possible.
Rick would like to have a chat with Floyd as well.
Yeah.
Oh, how convenient, the two of them are standing together.
Ta-da!
Rick will wait for a moment until Floyd is apart, if that's okay.
Oh no, the two of them are
They're
inseparable.
just inseparable. Okay, fine. In which case, then he'll just appear
My
on one
God.
side.
I should love so inseparable.
Interestingly, okay, when you start going off to look for them, you actually ask, I assume that Moon might have asked Star like, oh, do you see the Sanders Cove Island Park? And she gives you directions, and you walk through the apartment into a passage that takes you into an empty apartment that's unlit, that's unfurnished also. And the two men are standing there. The taller one is Elle, the shorter one is Floyd. The two of them are whispering to each other, and they look up as the three of you approach. It's Floyd that speaks up. Hello, friends!
We did not mean to interrupt something if you're having a personal conversation.
No, come. Look at this beautiful view. Come join us.
It is very beautiful.
Yes. Next to him, L just nods with that faint smile on his face.
My incredible compliments. I feel so very out of place here.
Floyd says, yes, so do we. That's why we're here. L
If I'd
still
known
with
an
us.
hour ago, I would have joined you here myself.
You should look for us. Next time there's Elysium, come and look for the two of us. We like being, he glances at L, by ourselves.
Oh, are we interrupting anything?
No, now the five of us are by ourselves. He opens his hands.
Yes, correct.
So how come you were invited?
Is there anyone else in the room? If I look around.
No, it's empty.
Okay.
In fact, you cannot hear the party. And for whatever reason, this room, even though it's empty, is sound dampened, so you don't even hear your sound carry. There's no echoes. Sorry, Sheena, what were you saying?
So how come you were invited?
Oh, turns to L. L opens his hands. Well, I'm the stethoscope. So usually when there's something, they call me.
But
Yes, that makes sense.
All three of you believe him completely. Yes. Sorry, Sheena.
Aren't you meant to work for the prince?
Yeah, I help the prince run Singapore.
Then this feels like a counter purpose?
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. Is it?
I mean, L puts his hands together. We'll play a game in which we have to make sure that we're careful which side we choose, which team we play for. We choose the wrong team, it could be very, very detrimental for your unlife. So make sure you know which team you're playing for.
Do you have any advice?
Always choose the winning team. Right, Floyd? Yeah, the winning team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tariq smiles and says, yes, I do believe that.
Yes. You, Mr. Tariq. L says, of all people, I think you know that the best. The importance of making sure you choose the right people to work with.
I sort of put my arm charmingly around Tariq. Yeah.
Tariq just sort of smiles at Al and says, you have been nothing but incredibly helpful. So I have clearly chosen well.
Yes, we should do business.
I appreciate that. I have your card. I do not know exactly what sort of business would we do, but I am very happy to do business.
I do everything, Tariq. Everything. Everything.
Import, export. I understand. That is a very broad field.
Remember, Tariq, I do everything.
Yeah.
And also same to the two of you ladies.
What kind of
You
new
know.
ones is he adding with this? Like,
Yeah, because Tariq's Al's very socially aware. Tariq is not. So Al should be able to read the fact that this is bouncing off Tariq's thick skull and falling on the floor, and Tariq is looking at it going, there's something on the floor, but I'm not sure what it says.
L is being very deliberately vague with it, and Floyd is smiling very hard. And L is comfortable that you don't quite understand.
does Floyd look like a hostage?
No,
You know, like the smiling very hard and oh my god.
he
he's
genuinely seems
confused.
happy to be here in this conversation with the four of you.
Okay.
Floyd is very happy to be here, hanging out with L and the three of you. He's very genuine about it.
I'll just say to Al, may I ask a question, Seneschal?
Oh, call me L.
If you insist, Mr. Al.
Yes.
What is the relationship with those who call themselves independent?
There was a council that they're Angmo counterparts, their Western counterparts made. So all of the anarchs got together and then made a deal with the Camarilla, and we are obliged to be held to the terms of that deal, which is that we don't touch them, they don't touch us. We don't go into their territory, they don't go into our territory. They have territory, we have territory. We don't speak to them, they don't speak to us. And we don't touch them, they also don't touch us. But if they do, or if we do, then there must always be a price to pay or a deal to be made. It cannot go free, as they like to say.
What's Floyd's reaction when Al says this?
Floyd is still smiling happily.
What deal did we make with them for the help shirts, to fend off the Sabbat?
Oh, that one, I think it was the prince now owes wounds to their leaders.
Wow.
I'm very sure you met them because Floyd told me that you did. Yeah, Aseng and Chipunya.
You are kind enough to drive us to their doorstep, Mr. Floyd. I appreciate
the Balto.
you're taxiing us to there. So,
Oh, it was my idea. So it's not your fault. I drove you there.
I'm still
And he
curious.
glances at L. L just... Something's coming up.
So we are not unfamiliar with them then.
Who? The independents?
I mean, you knew where to take us.
Oh. Floyd knows everyone, right, Floyd? Yeah. Floyd's a tourist here, though. Remember that? I'm a
Must
tourist.
be good being an independent agent, so to speak.
But not with the independents. I mean, it's totally different. That's totally not what we meant. We're not saying that we want to become independents. We're so happy here.
You're better not, L says.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love this
Because
house.
you will be choosing the losing team. And it's very important to choose the winning team.
Indeed, but there are so many teams now, even two.
Oh, don't choose us. he gestures to himself and Floyd. Please don't choose us.
But maybe you can advise us who to choose?
He shrugs. Choose the winning team.
Wow, so hungry. Wow, I feel I want to go and have some foods.
So if the party wants to decamp to somewhere private where they can chat with each other, we can wrap up the session with the three of you talking privately.
So we'll basically stay as long as it's polite and go around making random chit chat with people.
Okay.
We could stop to the random chit chat and it's just stood in the quietest possible corner, just like he's been watching the traffic, and the bit that's not in the circuit, he's just kind of trying to stand a little bit away from that and just sort of looks like he's admiring the wall or something.
So, to put you out of your misery, at midnight, the party naturally draws to a close. All right. It hasn't lasted for too long. Strangely, it's just been a couple of hours. Everyone starts to make their leave, and then you're like, oh, okay, sure, we'll leave too. The three of you are in the car, driving, I assume, back towards Bras Basah.
I'm playing with the frog absent-mindedly.
Okay. So the three of you can speak freely, you know.
Feels
That
like
was
we are
thoroughly unpleasant.
pawns.
Feels like what? Sorry, Chantel?
We are pawns.
I mean, when you work for people like Star, you get used to this feeling. I mean, we are so small, we're so young. We have to work our way up. It's like, but I think it was very nice. I think Dr. Georgina Lee was very kind to us. So yeah, it's good. It's good. I think we're on the right side.
Why would we
mind.
dare? What would they want from us? We have no influence. We have no very little power. They were flaunting their power in our face. What would they want from us? And I am from the faction of their enemy, clearly. So
How'd you know? No, I don't think there's anybody that's enemies. No.
don't understand social situations, Miss Moon, as you understand. And I appreciate very much both you and Miss Chantal's help. But I know what a fight looks like. And I know what it looks like when weapons were bared. And weapons were bared. So I am at a loss.
Well, you're Banu Hakim, but you're not Banu Hakim.
Yeah, you're you.
I am Banu Hakim, but not Banu Hakim.
You can decide what you're gonna. Yeah.
You're not part of the clan like the way the others are. You're from somewhere else.
Yeah, you also, if you want, you can be a tourist, or you can have S pass, or you can have E pass. It's up to you.
I thank you. I am on an entre bus, but I appreciate the concern about the immigration status. It is something that has been of worry in my life. But I do not understand you, Ms. Chantal. But I think I know what you mean, because are you familiar with the Banu Hakim?
No, just you.
So I am, and my sire was from a different part, as it were, of the Banu Hakim, I think, anyway, because but it is not we are the loners, if you will, of that group. So I do not have strong connections, but at the same point, there were lots of. I did not understand who that racist old man was.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, people around this age, they all a bit, how to say, a boomer lah. You know, it's just like that lah. He unfortunately he's the primogen of the toreador.
He's your boss. I'm sorry, I did not mean to cause you.
It's okay. He's my boss's boss.
Own a very big cinema company. You know Shaw Towers?
The IMAX place.
Yeah. You know Cathay also got connection lah. Yeah, so like all got connection one. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry you didn't have a good time. But you know, I'm sure that Chantel, do you have a good time?
Yes, they want to free me from Raffles.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Maybe I can help you with that. So if you need any help, you know, you want to move house or you wanna, I don't know, go IKEA and not and buy things, you let me know. Okay. Also, yeah, maybe I can get some sponsor, you know, some furniture sponsor. I mean, Tariq, yeah, you know, I'm sorry you didn't have a good time, but yeah, but we are such good friends, right? We take care of each other, okay? We all stick to the same side. Yeah, that's the most important. Yeah.
I think the problem is, Miss Moon, your side doesn't like my side.
No, nonsense. That's why they invite you to the party. They give you nice blood to drink. Okay. You know but one thing we must be careful, Chantel. I'm just swiftly changing the topic. Chantel, your friend, the
Are you starting with the? Are you saying the word Jew? You have a problem? Is this something you picked up from your?
No, it's not. I'm not racist.
No, I never thought you were.
Julian,
most striking and confusing.
The Julian.
Oh, the person who was obsessed with Miss Chantal.
Yeah, you said okay.
He pulls out the card and says, "Julian."
I want to tell you have to be very careful, Chantel. Like, I think he's obsessed with you to the point where it's dangerous. And Tariq, I think cannot say I want to say. Okay, I want to say that your life choices are completely respected in this group of people. Okay, but I think he don't know what your life choices are. And just now when Chantel hold your arm, right? I see he look a bit crazy.
Why would he care about my crypto business?
No, when Chantel hold your arm, I take Chantel's hand and put it on Tariq's arm.
And the car swerves ever so slightly.
So when she do this, right? You can see he very happy.
But I'm gay.
Okay, I'm so happy you say that because I don't want to say. So I'm so glad that you.
Why don't you want to say I'm gay? It's
I don't
okay.
know. Maybe you not come out of the closet. Maybe you don't even tell people that you're dead. So I don't know whether you tell people that you're gay.
Well, I don't tell people I'm dead because that would be a breach of the masquerade. And I think even your old
But
racist uncle
think-
told you that was the one that gets
But
you killed.
I think gay people got like sometimes they also have a
Also gets you
masquerade.
killed, yes. But honestly,
So it's also but okay. So okay, you're gay now. Okay, so I'm glad we got that out of the way. Okay, because I thought you were trying to tackle me. But anyway,
I did.
so-
What? Miss Moon,
But-
you are very helpful, but also I am quite confused right now.
It's okay, I understand. But basically, he don't know you're gay, so you have to be very careful, okay? I don't know, like he's stalking her, but maybe I think he maybe start follow you also, Tariq. And okay, he's weird, right? And you have a security company, but at the end of the day, he's older than us. He's more powerful.
Who?
Okay.
The one
The-
who was. Yeah, no,
Julian?
he is not. His primogen is.
Yeah, but we're so young, okay? The fact is that he may be more powerful than you.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, that I do not have anything to compete with this gentleman about.
Yeah, but he don't know. So just
Should
be
I
careful.
talk to him? I have his phone number. I'll call him.
I don't know. Chantel knows him best.
Hmm?
Should this Tariq come out to your friend Julian?
I don't know.
What? No, I just was going to call him and tell him to not worry me.
This is the second time I've met him.
What?
Okay, that's really quite scary. So okay, I don't.
Oh, even I am surprised by that. I must admit, I thought that you had known him for many years.
No.
Oh.
So I
Oh.
think okay, obviously this guy is a little bit crazy. Okay, so you all just be careful. Okay, I just don't know whether he's gonna follow any one of us or whether he's gonna try and kidnap this Chantel or anything. Okay, so I think. Wow. I know you want to get away from Raffles, but this is not the way. Okay? You find your own way.
Yeah, Dr. Lee.
Miss Chantal, why are you struggling
offered-
to get away from Mr. Raffles?
He thinks I belong to him.
Yeah, you go, girl. You don't belong to anyone.
Okay.
He turned me without telling me what it meant or asking if I wanted it. I can't
Huh.
go home. I can't see my family.
I understand.
I don't know if they're okay.
Would you like me to make some inquiries quietly?
I'd rather not know. I know they're worried. I know my sisters and brothers are worried, but it's better if they think I'm dead.
Understood. We can arrange for something similar to the thing Miss Moon did, if it will help you.
No. Everyone leaves them. Our mom died. Our father's. He's not really there. So, if I can't be there, then I'd rather not be there at all.
Do you want us to help to take care of them?
Okay, I guess they're not very rich. I used to work as an escort so I could give them money. But I don't know how.
Okay. I have some money. Tariq has a lot of money, so
No, it's not the money. I have the money now, but I don't know how to give it to them without being suspicious.
Do they play the 4D or do they play in games of chance of some sort? Lotteries or similar?
They're very young, and we don't have enough money to gamble like that.
How young are they?
My siblings are 18, and the youngest one is 14.
can we arrange like for a scholarship or something? You know, I don't know. I look at Tariq.
An award of some sort. Yes.
Yes, just something, you know, something must be done.
I was thinking about that, but I don't know how. If you can help, I have money now because of the 2 coins.
Says Tariq says I can help. I think I do not know, but if I can help, I will help. We can maybe let us think about this. There are options. We have many between us. Perhaps we have many enterprises or other things.
We always need an intern around Fuchuan. I can ask Star, you know, whether anybody want to help or something, or you know, ask them to, I don't know, pay them money to do Instagram posts. You know, like if they look like you, I'm sure you know, like you know, they can make a lot of money. We can find a way. We can find a way.
Okay, thank you. You're very kind.
Okay. Now give you Herbert. Come. Okay, don't be sad.
And as Chantel places Herbert on her hand and on her head, Tariq, you drive into the Brass Plaza area, your coterie's domain. The three of you, in your minds, there's a lot going on in your heads. What do you do now? What side do you choose? How can you help Chantel? Are there any threats to yourself? How can you get stronger? What do we do about the Sabbath? All these questions are left hanging. As the camera zooms out, there's a bird's eye view of the city, and we come to the end of the session. Thank you for joining us, everyone. That's been session 3 of Singapore by Night, featuring our 3 amazing players. Sheena Chan playing Chantel, Ramji playing Tariq, and Jotan playing Moon. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed listening to us, watching us, please do follow and subscribe. And also check us out on our Discord channel. Lots of wonderful things happen there too. If you'd like to find out more about the game, the downtime happens on Discord. So you can find out more there. So the game doesn't really stop. It keeps going on. Also join us next Monday for Survey Team 3 as our D&D party continue to see whether they've successfully returned to their home plane from Sigil. We don't know for sure. Well, where are we? What's going to happen? You'll have to tune in to find out next Monday at 7 p.m. In the meantime, Ramji, I believe we have someone to raid.
Ooh.
We do. We're going to go and raid.
Say it.
Yeah, D&D.
Getting better.
Fresh prawns.
Fresh prawns.
Fresh prawns.
Fresh prawns of Bel Air.
For those of you who don't know, our friend of the channel and regular viewer, Casey. Yeah, Casey. DMs a regular game, and I will take us over there. It is about fresh prawns, and it's set in a mythical sort of fantasy China. And I am going to play us out, and then halfway through the play out, I will do the raid thing as always. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll be back on Monday, as I said, with D&D. Do us a favor, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button and send us a little comment so we know that you like us, and then we'll do more things because we like you. Thanks. Bye.